The movie opens with Nikki Halstead, a decorated former soldier trying to live a peaceful life with her daughter, Chloe, after leaving her violent past behind. Their relationship is strained, but Nikki is determined to become a better mother. Nikki is extremely protective of Chloe, something her daughter has grown to resent. Their argument quickly escalates and Chloe storms off to her room. After things calm down, Nikki goes to check on her, hoping to make peace, but is shocked to find the room empty. Chloe has left a note saying that her boyfriend, Ellie, invited her to a party. At the party, Chloe enjoys herself with her friends. While at the party, Chloe meets a man named Ben, who secretly drugs her. Nikki eventually arrives at the club and asks Chloe's friends where she is. As she searches the building, she spots a man carrying the heavily drugged Chloe out of the bar. Despite her efforts, the kidnappers escape with Chloe leaving Nikki lying on the ground. Nikki realizes she has only 72 hours to save her daughter before the traffickers move her across the border. Before reaching the traffickers' first safe house, Nikki uses her military training to track down one of the men she saw at the club. She follows him through the city and corners him in an abandoned warehouse. After a brutal fight, the man reveals that Chloe has been handed over to a larger trafficking organization. This confirms Nikki's worst fears and gives her the first real lead. Over the next 30 hours, Nikki relentlessly hunts the people responsible for Chloe's abduction, tearing through several criminal groups connected to the operation. She raids multiple hideouts, only to discover that Chloe has already been moved. It also brings her closer to the people running the network. Eventually, Nikki is captured and an order is given to execute her. Just as her killer prepares to finish the drum, he receives a phone call. The distraction gives Nikki enough time to free herself. She attacks the assassin, overpowers him, and forces him. Following the lead, Nikki tracks the traffickers to one of their bases with only 43 hours remaining. There, she uncovers a horrifying secret. The group operates a butcher facility where they murder people and mix human meat with animal meat before selling it. She also learns that the entire operation is controlled by two powerful figures known as the Chairman and Mr. Silver. While investigating further, Nikki discovers that several legitimate businesses are secretly being used to transport victims and launder money. She realizes Chloe's kidnapping was not a random crime but part of a massive criminal enterprise. Determined to reach the people at the top, Nikki begins gathering intelligence on their movements, routines, and Nikki returns home to clean herself up, treat her wounds, and prepare for the next stage of her mission. By this point, she has only 32 hours left to save Chloe. Meanwhile, the police begin investigating the violence connected to the kidnappers. Security footage from the club reveals Nikki's involvement, and officers soon identify her vehicle through its license plate. As the investigation intensifies, news reports begin covering the trail of bodies linked to her search. Some people view her as a dangerous vigilante, while others see her as a desperate mother willing to do anything to save her child. Knowing she needs better equipment, Nikki visits a hardware store and gathers supplies that will help her reach Mr. Silver. She eventually tracks him down and eliminates everyone protecting him.
All right, look, no, so just take it easy. No, wait. No!
After shooting another victim of the trafficking ring. Although disappointed, Nikki helps the girl escape before continuing her mission. At the same time, police continue pursuing Nikki because of the growing number of deaths connected to her search. However, her former military commander intervenes and warns the authorities to back off, explaining that Nikki is far too dangerous to confront directly. One detective turns out to be corrupt and secretly works for the trafficking organization. Ignoring the commander's warning, he sends a 6-man tactical team after Nikki, but she killed all the team. Later, Nikki's former commander contacts her through the body camera of one of the fallen officers. He tries to calm her down and convince her to stop, but she refuses. Instead, she warns him not to send anyone else after her. The rescued girl begins feeling unwell, so Nikki leaves briefly to get medication. When she returns, she discovers that the girl has been taken once again. Furious, Nikki continues her hunt for the chairman, convinced that he is the key to finding Chloe. The commander once again warns the authorities against interfering with Nikki and advises them to stay out of her way. With less than an hour remaining, Nikki finally locates the chairman's compound. Before attacking, she spends several hours studying the facility from a distance. She carefully observes guard rotations. She closes in on the compound. Nikki discovers several kidnapped girls being held captive. She frees them and helps them escape.
You push. Until everything.
You don't want to tell me what the fuck is going on?
Well, fucking what?
Get the power back on right fucking now! Guys, get the power back on. Let's go!
They think they're protecting themselves, but really, making it easier for me. Well,
Come on!
As she moves deeper into the facility, she finds personal belongings taken from previous victims. Among them is an item that belonged to Chloe. The discovery strengthens her determination and convinces her that she is finally getting close. To gain the upper hand, Nikki cuts power to the building and begins eliminating guards one by one. After taking down most of the traffickers, exhaustion and trauma begin taking their toll. Nikki starts seeing visions of Chloe and struggles to stay focused after days without rest. She gathers herself and pushes forward, rescuing even more girls locked inside cages throughout the compound. Acting without hesitation, she shoots him and rushes to her daughter. Chloe has been badly beaten and heavily drugged, so Nikki carries her to safety and takes her to the hospital. At the hospital, Nikki spends the entire night sleeping beside her daughter's bed, believing that her nightmare is finally over. However, a heartbreaking truth is later revealed. Nikki's former commander explains that she has developed a severe psychological disorder. In reality, Chloe was killed, in which she successfully rescued her daughter. The young girl she believed she had saved was never Chloe at all. Although Nikki recovered physically from her injuries, her mental condition remains unchanged. Every time Nikki falls asleep, she wakes up believing it is the same night Chloe was abducted. Her mind resets, forcing her to relive the tragedy over and over again, trapped in a cycle she cannot escape. Thank you for watching.